Hello Manchester United fans, welcome back to the Manchester Evening News. What on earth happened last night? What was that result all about? Man United dominated all game, but here are the 5 things I learned from that Man United 2-2 draw with Sevilla. In at number 1, and we'll start with the positives, Marcel Sabitzer has really come into his own in recent weeks. He's been playing in a much more attacking role, and last night was a fantastic performance. I said earlier in one of these videos that he had a couple of weeks to prove to Erik ten Hag that he deserves to stay at Manchester United for next season and that he has a role to play in this squad more than just a stopgap, which is what he was brought in for in January. I think he has proven that by now, and I think he was really, really impressive last night. In at number 2, Erik ten Hag got it wrong with the subs. The subs were erratic and needless changes. People like Elanga, Pellistri, we know aren't going to be at the club next season, and Erik ten Hag doesn't really think of them in his longer term plan at Manchester United. So why is he bringing them on when the tie's not over? It's only 2-0, and as we saw last night, Manchester United can throw it away. It's not hard to throw away a 2-0 lead in a game like that against the Sevilla side that are so good in the Europa League. I don't know why he brought on the subs he did bring on, and making them all at the same time, and it ended up Martinez having to go off and Man United finished the game with 10 players on the pitch. It wasn't good enough from Erik ten Hag in the game. His game management wasn't good enough. It does show the lack of depth that Manchester United have available on the bench, and that sort of ties into a later point that I'm going to make. I don't think there's enough depth on the Man United side to make Erik ten Hag really have enough options to bring off the bench. In at number 3, defence will have to step up. This defence, it looked like Varane and Martinez both picked up injuries. Martinez definitely. Varane, we didn't really see. He pulled up at the end of the first half and then went off for Harry Maguire at half-time, so we don't know the depth of that injury. But it's going to be back to probably Maguire and Lindelof at centre-half, unless Varane is fit and it was just a precaution that he went off at half-time. We'll know later in Erik ten Hag's press conference, which you can check out on our YouTube channel. But Erik ten Hag, he's going to have to rely on the same defence that Ralf Rangnick relied on last year, and it wasn't that great. The defence is really going to have a job on their hands to rescue the rest of the season for Manchester United. In at number 4, Man United's schedule has really caught up with them. There's so many injuries in that squad, and they're pretty much all caused by having such a busy schedule. Erik ten Hag has been so, like I said earlier in a point, he's been so left on his own with the players he's got available off the bench. He's had major players injured at key points of the season, all season long, and he's dealt with it pretty well. But I would love to see where a Manchester United squad that could stay fully fit would have finished in the league, or even if they'd have made that game so much easier, because I don't think, had all the injuries happened last night, I don't think Man United conceded twice. That's part of the parcel of playing every single game that's been available to Manchester United this season. And then in at number 5, the attacking issues. It showed again how in need of a striker that can play a 90 minutes and make a difference to a side will be for Manchester United. Anthony Martial was fantastic, but he only lasted an hour. He made a great ball for Sabitzer's second goal, and he was really, really solid. He looked like getting a goal himself at times. He can't stay fit. He's clearly not going to stay fit for the rest of his career. He's clearly not what Manchester United need, and he's clearly not what Erik ten Hag wants in a striker. So I think it just showed again how important a striker would be in that side. Anthony was electric off that right, but he has no end product. He would really benefit from having an out-and-out striker to sort of help him along a bit more than anything. Not just sort of be stood out on the wing, not having any options. He had options at times, and he didn't really find them. But I think that comes with time, playing for Manchester United. I do see Anthony's potential, and I think if Man United fans stick with him, next season he will come good. It's just this season, he's just not really got the end product that we need to see at Manchester United. And I think Man United lacked that cutting edge to kill off the game and secure that win, which would have made the second leg so easy. If Man United had left Old Trafford with a 3-0 win, you could set up with 5 defenders in the second leg. It might be really defensive, and I don't think Erik ten Hag would have done it, but you'd see yourself through quite easily, and you'd still have won this game. Now, it's in the balance. No Bruno Fernandes, no Lisandro Martinez, looks like no Marcus Rashford, possibly no Luke Shaw. Christian Eriksen's returned, but he's still carrying a little bit. He's just returning from injury. Anthony Martial can't play 90 minutes. Weghorst's not good enough. I think the problems for Manchester United have only been amplified by that 2-2 draw. Let us know what you thought of the game in the comments, Manchester United fans. Keep it locked to the Manchester Evening News. We'll have live coverage of this weekend's game, and see you next time.